Welcome to the Ports Garrison. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
What's your thoughts on the shooting?
Should ask the government that.
Why so? What does it mean, sir?
Ask them what that means. I'm going to have a start.
Greetings and blessings. Good morning to you, and I hope this morning has found you in the best of health. Today is Monday, September 25th, and this is raining in my location right now. Now, I hope you are safe on the roads and warm and dry and all of that. Now, on Thursday last, something happened in Jamaica, and that is what I want to talk about this morning. And that incident was the shooting of an executive at the Integrity Commission's office. Now, I first saw a mention of it, I think, in our WhatsApp group, So I quickly turned on to look to Jamaican radio, and I turned on to Nationwide. Nationwide reported then that a security guard was shot in the hand. They made the distinction between an officer of the Integrity Commission and a security guard, as if by any chance it was any less a grievance. But I understand the point they were making. Now later on, it was said that it was actually an officer who was shot in an attempted robbery. I didn't hear Nationwide News came back to apologize for what they stated or to make any clarification. I didn't hear that. But we have seen since where the executive director, Mr. Greg Christie, was asked his views on the shooting, and he gave a one-line terse response which says, "Go ask the government." When he was further asked to clarify it, he doubled down and says, "Go and ask the government." Now, persons have interpreted that in whichever way they deem it appropriate. And we have heard many organizations in Jamaica calling for his resignation. This morning, listening to Nationwide, I heard a brother, I don't know what his name was, giving what's on his mind, and he was lambasting Christie and the other officers, that they were acting as if the Integrity Commissioner, they were above the people, blah 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 blah. Now, my thing is, this to me is a neat, very neat attempt to change the public's narrative. Now, we all know that most persons will take their talking points, what they talk about daily, from what they hear in the news and in the media. And right now, it is Greg Christie. So let's change the narrative from Dalrymple to Christie. Dalrymple resigned not so long ago, but you don't hear nothing not go on about it since Greg Christie made the one talk he talked. And all of a sudden, people want to see the back of Christie because he showed his hands and he's now anti-government and so on. Now, as far as I know of Greg Christie, even when he was the contractor general, he never held any light for any political party. And both of them got it from him when they were in government, and he's not doing anything different now. Right? So I don't know if he's on a campaign to get rid of the government, to bring down the government, or he just wants, he has his views, his reasons as to why he said what he has said. Now, when he said, "Go ask the government," some people think that he's pointing fingers at the government, giving them blame for the attempted robbery and the shooting. But check the levels. When there was a shooting at Nationwide itself clearly pointed its fingers at the General Secretary of the PNP, Dr. Dayton Campbell, based on the comment he had made on a political platform. There were persons asking for him to step aside and saying this is what the PMP is about, and we're going back to the 80s and all of that. Right? Many persons. The Prime Minister himself alluded in a thinly veiled statement that the shooting was as a result of what Dayton Campbell had said. How is that different from Greg Christie pointing his fingers at the government to say this is a result of what the government has been, the government members, the fight that they've put in against the Integrity Commission, this is accumulation of what they have been all about. Because we've seen the fight. We've heard the Prime Minister asking his members to cool off. How is it that nationwide and the government can point their fingers to the opposition and nobody has called for them to resign or to step down or whatever they can do against nationwide? But Greg Christie is being treated in a different way. I see clearly. I've seen the little tricks, the PR stunts. I've seen them and I've smoked them out consistently. I know what this is all about. This is all about changing the narrative. Let us get Dalrymple out of the headlines. Let people stop talking about it. Let us replace it. Make it a 9-day wonder. And then, right now, let's talk about Christie for the next couple of days. Forget about Dalrymple, and then over time, we'll forget the thing that Greg Christie had said. Is it such an egregious answer he gave anyway? Let's ask the government. Government, what do you know about this? Government, typical response going to be nothing. We have no idea what you're talking about. And then what? The issue of the 6 parliamentarians or lawmakers, it'll be from the Senate or wherever. Those 6 persons who have illicitly enriched themselves, that should not be taken off the headlines. We should still be spending more time, in my opinion. It's more critical than Greg Christie making a one statement. The sum total of Greg Christie's work, in my mind, vastly outweighs the effect of one statement he made, whether shooting off the hip, whether it's considered and thought about, whatever it is. His body of work far supersedes that one statement. And I see what they're doing nationwide, and I know why some people will label you the way they have labeled you. I can understand why people do it. Security guard gets shot. Now as we see this morning, out for Christie, resign. It's interesting that in the world we live in and in Jamaica that exists is, you know what? Until next time. Until something else provokes me, I want to wish you all the best as always from the universe. And as always, thank you for watching. Like, share the video please, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. And as always, is one love, is manners, and enough respects. Keep warm and keep dry. Blessings. Thanks for watching.